My favorite film I saw, you know what? I'm going to show the IMDb because why not? It's a movie called Lousy Carter. Lousy Carter is a film directed by Bob Byington, who is a weirdo. I've met Bob Byington as a director. This guy definitely is. If you look up the word curmudgeon in the dictionary, that's Bob Byington. He's wildly talented filmmaker who is from Austin, Texas. And this movie, Lousy Carter, is the character whose name is Lousy Carter is played by David Krumholtz. David Krumholtz, many of you saw recently in the film Oppenheimer. He has a bit part in there, recurring all throughout. So Lousy Carter, he was named Lousy Carter in school, and that name stuck. He is a college professor who made a short animated movie that was of some acclaim. He takes himself super seriously as a professor, which is ridiculous. He gets a diagnosis from his doctor that he has 3 months to live. He's going to die. And basically it changes everything, and he doesn't give an F. He doesn't care about anything. He doesn't care. And then his ex-girlfriend suggests, well, if you're going to die in 3 months, why don't you just fuck one of your students? So then he has a crush on one of his students who he pursues in a very respectful way. It's hysterical. Martin Starr plays his best friend, who is also a colleague at this college. It's utterly stupid, ridiculous, funny. It has a bizarre, dry wit and sense of humor. It is in theaters and limited release, but it's also, I believe you can get it on video on demand. I had a great time with this movie. I've seen it twice. I actually did go to a screening where they had a Q&A with the filmmakers, which was fantastic. It's just one of those things. It's like a breath of fresh air. Stephen Root is in it. Of course, Stephen Root from Office Space, who has an iconic role in Office Space. Always loved Stephen Root. And the Q&A is actually in the members only videos on the channel. So check that out if you're a member. I filmed the whole Q&A. And Martin Starr, also from Freaks and Geeks. Martin Starr turns up in a bunch of bit parts in movies. I've always loved Martin Starr. One of my favorite moments from Martin Starr was from Freaks and Geeks. When he comes home, his character comes home, he's watching TV, he's alone and eating a TV dinner, and he's having the time of his life. And you could look on it as sad, or you could look on it as, this is a kid just loving life. And it really reminded me of being a latchkey kid when I was a kid. I'd come home, I made my own dinner, did my paper route, did my homework, watch a lot of TV, and had fun. But Lousy Carter is also, there's a movie that Bob Byington made called Francis Ferguson that preceded this one that is kind of similar in nature, but it's a female protagonist, which I also recommend, that is also bizarre and weird. The other thing about Lousy Carter, the movie is like 70 minutes. It's under 90 minutes. So good. Had a great time. If I strongly recommend something, take a chance on Lousy Carter. It is a comedy that has a dry sense of humor, so it's not going to be for everybody, but the actors in it, including like Olivia Thirlby, the whole cast just works so well, and it's just a bizarre situation, and I think you'll enjoy it. So there you go. That's my recommendation, Alan. I also think that you've recommended comedies to me. Comedy is your space. I think horror is more my space. Low budget horror and exploitation movies. So whenever like you're high in a comedy, that's like high praise. So I think you would really like Lousy.
Okay, I'll definitely take a look at it.
Yeah, cool, great.
Yeah. And we gave it a good review on our website. This played at Locarno. Basically, the review is it's absurdist to the max.
Yeah, it's super absurdist comedy, and yeah, there you go.